Apologize for the technical difficulties, folks, fighting through the Wi-Fi here, but Nathan Cutler starts it off with the ball to Bishop as he fouls it back for strike one. Count goes to 1-1. Rams looking for a way to rally to win this game and even up this series. Have to sweep the doubleheader today to win this series over as Bishop looks at that pitch high and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. So Bluefield with an 8-4 lead yesterday. They let that squander late, but then got to believe that the Rams did hit well in that first game, but they just walked so many guys as that pitch hits on the outside corner. Makes it 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs on the leadoff man. Truett McConnell in the gray jerseys with the navy blue numbers on the back with a white trim, and the Rams wearing the Desert Storm camo. 2-2. Bishop looks at a breaking ball low and away. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Steps up to the plate. Austin Bishop, what a game he had yesterday, tying it up in the 9th inning. Payoff. Sliced down the right field line and foul. So we're going to go Bishop, Johnston, then McCray. Metters batting 4th, and Patrick Overstreet, the 3rd baseman, batting 5th. Another payoff, high and away. That's exactly what the Rams do not want to do. They walked 11 batters in yesterday's game. Ended up being an 11-8 loss, and now starting out with a walk from Nathan Cutler. Well, Cutler, an 8.69 ERA, 0-1 on the year. This is now his 6th start of the season, 8th appearance, 19 2/3 for the righty. Given up 37 hits, 34 runs, but how about this? Only 19 of them earned with 11 walks and 10 strikeouts. So now a runner at first, and it brings up Josh Johnson, who shows bunt, lays it down. 3rd base side, long sprint for Millette. Pop to first. He got him. Sacrifice intact as Bishop moves into scoring position at 2nd base, and now with 1 out, a runner in scoring position with a 3rd man in the lineup coming up. It's John Michael McCray wearing number 10. Just 1 out. Runner at 2nd, Millette playing even with the bag at 3rd base. McCray is ready on the right side, Cutler ready to pitch. We saw yesterday that Truett McConnell was able to take the lead in the 1st inning off of Steven Estep as well. As that pitch bounces in the dirt, Cardona keeps it in front, and Bishop will stay at 2nd base. Good time to tell you who's in the field for the Rams. Ozzie Millette getting the start at 3rd base with Andy Pena at short. At 2nd base, Carlos Torres, followed by Edgardo Bernard, who had a big night at the plate last night, batting or playing at 1st base. Napoleon in left, in center field, Jordan Huntley, and in right, Andreas Holzer. Joseph Cardona is the backstop with the pitcher Nathan Cutler, as the 1-0 drops in on the outside corner for strike 1. Beautiful day, partly cloudy skies here in the 2 Virginias, Bowen Field, home to the Bluefield College Rams, as well as the Bluefield Blue Jays. Ball and a strike with 1 out, a runner at 2nd base. Cutler with a long look in, a runner at 2nd, and Bishop, who has been a perennial thorn in the side for Bluefield. As the 1-1 is shot over to first, stacked by Bernard, throw on to 2nd, not in time, but wow, what a catch. Bernard snatching souls down the line at right field or at 1st base. And that could have been enough to bring in a runner, but instead it's out number 2. So runner remains at 2nd base. Brings up Metters. Rams headed by Mike White, looking on with the camo hat in the dugout. Coaching staff of Garrett Schilling and Thomas Huddleston. Righty to lefty, first pitch to the DH, drops low and away. So an 11-8 loss last night for Bluefield, trying to bounce back through it, and did not hit badly. The Rams had 10 hits, 8 runs, and just 1 error, but how about this? 15 hits for Truett McConnell, 11 runs. Win ended up going to Brooks Rosser as the 1-0 is high and in, 2 balls, no strikes. Interestingly enough, the loss went to Alex Perkins, who came in for Bluefield in the top of the 9th inning with 2 men in scoring position and 2 outs, and just could not retire Bishop, who brought in those runs. So Perkins, a guy that was likely supposed to start today, maybe in this game here, but instead he got a bullpen outing last night, his first of the season. 2-1. Outside corner evens it up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jackson Metters went 0 for 3 in that game. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second base is Bishop. Righty to lefty. Cutler is ready. Checks on Bishop and fires. Fastball, got him on the outside corner. And I guess our scoreboard was wrong because it said 2-2, and Metters is going to stay in there. So now it's 2-2. Runner at second base. Cutler with a look in. Nods his hat. Pitches. Fouled back behind the backstop and out of play. So the count goes 2-2. Rams into this game at 17-12, 7-6 in the AAC. Truett McConnell with a slightly better record this year, but they're a team to watch out for in the AAC, that's for sure. Another 2-2. Ground ball, shortstop. Andy Pena gets it on a hop, slings to first in time, and the final out of the top of the first is recorded. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. It's 0-0 as we go to the bottom of the first inning from Bluefield. Mason Gaines throws it down to second, and that means we're ready to start here in the bottom of the first inning. Still scoreless between Bluefield and Truett McConnell in game 1 of this doubleheader. Jordan Huntley will lead it off against the sophomore from Georgia, Kason Brown. Brown coming into this one of the other young pitchers with a 3.62 ERA. This is his 8th start. Drops a pitch down the middle to Huntley, and it's strike 1. Wind starting to blow from right to left towards our press box here. Huntley leading the Rams in jacks with 9 and 24 RBIs as he takes a wicked cut and a miss on that one. Counted 0-2. So Huntley also sporting a 340 average and really a power hitter and a table setter at the same time for Mike White's team. Here's the 0-2. Outside and low. Overstreet over at third. Gosh, Johnston at shortstop. At first, once again, Bearden. Catcher is Mason Gaines for Truett McConnell. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss. It's a 4th-pitch strikeout and a great way to start out for Brown on the mound, and now there's one away. Second base, Pruitt will get the start today for Truett McConnell. It's a mix-up of yesterday after we saw Hayden Harris get the start there. It's Tyler Pruitt, the freshman from Eastman, Georgia. In left field, it's Bishop. In center, once again, Caleb Rowland. And in right field, John Michael McCray. Now to bring up Joseph Cardona. He homered for the second time this season back in Game 1 of this series. It was a 3-run bomb that actually put Bluefield up. They led for most of that game. Here's the 1-0. Fouls it off just off the end of the bat, and with a wicked backspin, it flies in towards the Truett McConnell dugout. Evens the count at 1-1. Also should be a good time to tell you that Cardona is batting second, of course. Ozzie Millette batting third and playing at third as the catcher takes outside and low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pepe Napoleon, the left fielder, batting fourth. Jose Santana, the AAC Player of the Week, batting fifth, and he'll be the DH once again. Andreas Holzer batting sixth and playing in right as Cardona swings and lifts it out to center field, converging and making the catch. That's Caleb Rowland. So a good job by Rowland there to snag out number 2. And now with 2 outs, that'll bring up the 3-hitter for Bluefield, Ozzie Millette from Miami, Florida. So after Holzer, it'll be Oscar Torres batting 7th, batting 8th at Gardo Bernard, and then Andy Pena closing out the lineup for the Rams. Now with 2 outs, first pitch to the third baseman is right down the middle from Brown. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Popped up, foul ball, first base side and over the Coppinger room. So by the way, here at Bowen Field, 335 down the line, both left and right. At about 400 dead center where there is a batter's eye. That Bowen Field scoreboard in right center field sporting an 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Outside and low, ball 1. So nobody on for the Rams, still scoreless. We're at the bottom of the first inning. 2 outs, a ball and 2 strikes to Ozzie Millette. Pitch. Defensive swing there. Number 44 fouls it away. So those patriotic jerseys for Bluefield. Desert Storm camo. So rather than the green, you got the brown and the tan and then American flag numbers on the back. The 1-2. So we got a ground ball down the third baseline. Military connection for Bluefield. Mike White's son, Dalton White, currently serving in the military. I believe he was in Afghanistan not too long ago. Torn around. Proud of Dalton. Wind still blowing from left to right. Ozzie Millette for Bluefield at the plate. Very confident third baseman. That pitch goes in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 304 average for Millette, 2 home runs, 21 RBIs. 3-hitter for the Rams with Napoleon on deck, nobody on. Kason Brown with the ball in the glove, kicks and offers. 2-2 popped up, left side of the infield. Overstreet calls for it with toes in the grass, and he makes the catch for out number 3. 1-2-3 go the Rams in the first, and now we're on to the second in game 1 of the doubleheaders, still scoreless. Patrick Overstreet to lead it off against Nathan Cutler in this 0-0 ball game going into the top of the second. First pitch to the third baseman, a big cut and a miss. No batting gloves for number 25, and now it's strike one. Here we are, the 0-1. Hit him. Cutler lost him and plunked the third baseman on the back. Now a runner at first already. That was the 5-hitter. Here comes the 6, Caleb Rowland. Rolling with a 198 average. Pitch. Outside corner for strike one. Count goes 0-1 with no outs. Righty to lefty, a runner at first with no outs here in the top of the second as Cutler deals. Swinging a line drive, crack down the right field line. That will bounce all the way to the warning track. Around second goes Overstreet, getting the green light around third. He'll try to go home. Throw to the plate is high and off the glove of Cardona. So Overstreet comes in. It ends up being an RBI triple. And Rowland has been able to put the Bears on top here, 1-0.
Catcher Mason Gaines.
I'll bring up Nathan Gaines. Gaines the catcher, or Mason Gaines I should say. Watches that one outside. It's 1-0 Truett McConnell. What a smoked pull hit that time. Score is 1-0. Wind starting to really whip in. Doesn't really help these hitters as Gaines looks at it for strike one. He's hitting .326 this year, now making his 14th start as the catcher. No home runs and now 14 RBIs. A base hit could make it 2-0. Pitch, looks at it low. 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Runner at third off of the triple. Pitch. Lifted out to right field. Could be enough to score a run. Holzer steps up and makes the catch. Tagging to the plate is Rowland. Long throw home. Skips in. Just a second too late. Now it's 2-0 with 1 out. Well, Holzer had a big gun out there out in right field, but just couldn't get it in time. Now 2 balls, no strikes. Apologize, folks. We are a little bit understaffed, so I'm going to do my best with maneuvering the camera and calling the game. But let you know now there's nobody on base for Truett McConnell. 2-0 the score. First pitch a bit low. That's to Bearden. Count goes 1-0 with 1 out. Very nice day for baseball as Millette toes in the infield grass. 1-0 showing bunt, and the first baseman lets it go down the middle for strike one. Count goes to 340. The count goes to 1-1. He's hitting 340. Ball and 2 strikes with 1 out. That'd be insane. I don't know how that would happen. A ball and 2 strikes with 1 out. Nobody on for Truett McConnell. They have really been unstoppable since the 8th inning of yesterday's game. The 1-2. Outside corner. Got him. Cutler rings him up for strike 3, and there's out number 2. Now 2 gone. Tyler Pruitt up to the plate. Second baseman we did not see yesterday. Pruitt, a freshman from Eastman, Georgia. That second base position has been a bit of a revolving door for Truett McConnell as that one drops low. Evan Bench came in at the end of the game, did not bat well. Hayden Harris got the start as the second baseman, had an error in the field, but actually got a base hit. 1-0. Outside and low. 2 balls, no strikes. Nobody on. 2-0 the score for the Bears in the top of the second inning. Cutler rocks and offers. There's a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. So the Rams trying to win 2 conference series in a row. They've been able to do that on the road this year. They won their last one against Montreat down in North Carolina, but the only home series for Bluefield against Union. The Rams split the doubleheader to start it out, and then in Game 3, Union was able to confidently take away that win. And now Union, a team that actually beat Tennessee Wesleyan in a series as well. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Good fastball right at the knees, and it was a good cut from the second baseman. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mike Crowley, the head baseball coach, it was his birthday last night. Here's the 2-2. High and outside for ball 3, a full count. Actually might be his birthday today. All I know is that when Truett McConnell won that game last night, winning in comeback fashion, they sang happy birthday to their head coach. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs and nobody on. Here's the payoff. Outside, got him on the corner. Delayed strike 3 call, but a strike 3 call nonetheless. And that is it for the top of the second. A couple of runs scored, though, for Truett McConnell. Rams trying to come back when we come back on the Rams Digital Sports Network in the bottom of the second. Lennon Napoleon up to the plate, the left fielder and the cleanup man against Kason Brown, the starter that has pitched pretty well so far. Of course, only 1 inning of work for him as we go to the bottom of the second. Retire the Rams in order. First pitch. Napoleon looks at it outside. So it's ball 1. Napoleon, a 6'6" left fielder, 378 on the year. Does have 2 homers and 24 RBIs. 1-0. Outside on a fastball, 2 balls, no strikes. So for the Rams at this part of this lineup, they will have the 4, 5, 6 due up. And Napoleon, Santana. As Napoleon grounds over to third, it's a high throw over Street with a high throw, but Bearden comes down with a tag, and it's a clutch run for out number 1. That'll bring up Jose Santana. That's who I was about to tell you was batting next when he hit that ball. And then Andreas Holzer, the right fielder, is in the hole. So there's 1 out, 2-0 the score. Truett McConnell scoring on a triple from Roland, and then a sacrifice fly. So Jose Santana returns to the plate, the AAC Player of the Week after a great day against, or a great series against Montreat. Kick in the first pitch. Santana looks at it on the outside corner. Count goes 0-1. Making his 17th start, predominantly as the DH. He's hitting .475. 0-1. Popped up, foul territory, first base side. Could be a chance for Bearden towards the dugout, and he slides to make the catch. Wow, what a play. 2 outs. 5 up, 5 down for Bluefield. We're in the bottom of the second and looking for the first hit. I'm going to bring up Andreas Holzer. So here comes Holzer, wearing number 33 for Bluefield in that Desert Storm camo jersey. First pitch is a fastball high and in. Another pitch down the middle, no balls, 2 strikes, and the Rams down to their final strike. Or rather, that one is 1-1. So got a couple more strikes. Here we are in the bottom of the second, 1-1. Popped up, foul territory, could be a chance to play it again. Gaines bumping with the home plate umpire to try to find it, and then it gets out of the ballpark. So now they're down to their final strike in the bottom of the second inning. One ball, 2 strikes, nobody on for Bluefield. Andreas Holzer trying to keep this inning alive. Sporting a .343 average, 4 homers, 19 RBIs. Those 4 homers, second on the team, but Huntley with 9. So not the same power hitting you saw for Bluefield last year, as the 1-2 is grounded towards the gap at second. Glove by Pruitt, though, and throws to first base. 6 up, 6 down for Bluefield, and on to the third we go. It's 2-0 in favor of Truett McConnell. Back to the top of the lineup here in Bluefield. It is 2-0 in favor of the Bears, heading to the top of the third inning. Bailey Engel on the call. Glad to have you with us on a beautiful day for 2 baseball games here in the 2 Virginias. Here comes Bishop. Walk to start the game. And the first pitch to him is a fastball high from Cutler, ball 1. So the 2-run scoring in the second inning for Truett McConnell. Here we are in the third. Rams have yet to put a base runner on. Slow kick, 1-0. Breaking ball, there's a strike. A good pitch from Cutler. That's the only walk Cutler has thrown so far in this game. He himself has only given up 1 hit. As the 1-1 is a check swing chopper over to third. Millette grabs, throws to first, sails over the head of Bernard. Now rolling over to second is Bishop, and he will get there thanks to an E5. So Austin Bishop did not mean to swing at that, that's for sure, and then ended up putting it in play and capitalized anyway. So Bluefield cannot really put this left fielder down.
First up, Josh Johnston.
Brings up Josh Johnston. Johnston's 0 for 1. Bishop, last time he was on base, was left on, though. Cutler has to worry about him again. That pitch is rifled out to right field. It's a base hit. Holzer fields cleanly, will throw it into the infield. It's cut off and bobbled by Bernard, but now runners are on the corners. So Bishop stays at third. Rams have to hope for that double play, but they still have to check on Austin Bishop at third base, and that'll bring up John Michael McCray. Johnston shouldn't have said he was 0 for 1. He had a sacrifice bunt. So here comes McCray. Runners at first and third. McCray is 0 for 1. Pitch. Popped up in the infield, right side. Trying to call for it, running on top of the mound is Ozzie Millette, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Both runners stay where they are. That is certainly a gift for Bluefield. Because otherwise, that double play would not be able to get them out of the inning. Now it can. So John Michael McCray 0 for 2 after he lined out to first his first time up. So here we are in the top of the third inning with 2 outs, and now the cleanup man coming up. Jackson Metters. 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Runners on the corners. 2-0 already for Truett McConnell. Johnston at first. And Bishop at third as that pitch goes low with 1 out. 2 balls, no strikes. So the Bears up by 2 in the top of the third, looking to clinch the series in this 9-inning game, and then we're playing a 7-inning game after this. Righty deals 2-0. Popped up right side, foul territory. Bernard chasing towards the batting facility, and it lands on top of the roof, so it's strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. So Cutler backed himself into a jam after letting Bishop get on. Now a 2-1 coming up to Metters. Here's the pitch. Outside corner, got him for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, runners on the corners for Truett McConnell coming from Georgia. Already 19-9 on the season, 11-2 in conference. This is a big clash in the AAC. 2-2. Metters cuts and misses on a breaking ball low. Cardona nods to him. That is a big-time strikeout for out number 2 here in the top of the third inning.
Third baseman Patrick Overstreet.
Patrick Overstreet returns to the plate. He was hit by a pitch his last time up and inevitably came around to score in the 2nd inning. Runners on the corners. Can Cutler get out of the jam? First pitch, slice foul, right side out of play. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Once again, those Truett McConnell jerseys, instead of last names, they say Jesus is Lord on the back. Count goes 0-1. Runners on the corners. Johnston at first and Bishop waiting patiently at third base. Not a big lead. The 0-1. Popped up as the runner was going, and Johnston, he's going to have to go back as that one exits the ballpark in the foul ball fashion. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. So Overstreet scored a run after being plunked by Cutler. The 0-2. Runner goes again. Swing and a miss, and a pitch in the dirt. Base was occupied, and there is out number 3. Rams get out of the jam as now we go towards the bottom of the third. 2-0 it stays. Truett on top. Rams have yet to bat around as Carlos Torres will lead it off for Bluefield, and the 7-8-9 due up for Bluefield as the first 6 batters have all been shut down by Kason Brown on the mound. Bailey Engel here, glad to have you with us. It's 2-0 in favor of Truett McConnell in game 2 of this 3-game set. Here's the 1-0. Torres looks at it on the outside corner and he evens it up at 1-1. So it's an even count to the second baseman from Puerto Rico. Pitch, fouls it back. Goes to 1-2. So it'll be Torres, Bernard, and then Andy Pena. Making his 30th start this year, hitting .305. The 1-2. Swung on and lifted down the left field line. Well foul and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Steps into the 1-2. Torres cuts and misses through the bat out there on a defensive swing. It just did not foul it away. Another strikeout for Brown on the mound. He is absolutely dealing so far in this one. Just his second strikeout, though. And it'll bring up Edgardo Bernard for Bluefield. 3 RBIs in that 11-8 loss last night, including a 2-run single with the bases loaded and 2 outs. As he swings and drives it out to right field. Long run for McCray, who stumbles. Did he make the catch? He did. Throwing up the ball, he's out. Bernard staying at first. There is a question as to which he trapped it, but now Bernard will just have to throw up a concession on that one as he goes into the dugout on the first base side. Truett McConnell is preserving this for Kason Brown on the mound. Wow. Brings up Andy Pena, so make that 8 up, 8 down. Pitch. Pena, the shortstop, looks at it outside. Speaking of great fielding plays, Andy Pena did a great job at shortstop yesterday. Just has to mop up some offensive woes, hitting 190 as he swings and pops it up deep to center field. Staying in the ballpark as Roland shuffles to the left, backs up, and squeezes route number 3. 9 up, 9 down for Kason Brown, and now we'll head to the 4th. It's 2-0 Truett. Caleb Rowland comes up to the plate. Rams are down 2-0 after a pretty masterful first 3 innings from Kason Brown. 2-0 to score. Nathan Cutler deals to Caleb Rowland. Tripled his last time up and takes a pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Rowland's 1 for 1 with a run scored as well as an RBI. Here's the 0-1. Outside and called a strike. Evens it up at 1-1. So to go Rowland, Mason Gaines, and Connor Bearden. Mason Gaines with a sacrifice fly that eventually scored Rowland. By the way, Caleb Rowland, a pretty odd way of spelling his name. Not Rowland, but his first name. Not the traditional Caleb, C-A-L-E-B. as that one is lifted on a pop-up into shallow left field, trying to chase it in as Napoleon, and instead Pena makes the catch for out number 1. So by the way, how he spells his name, C-A-L-O-B. Now he's 1 for 2, no matter how he spells it. Mason Gaines up to the plate. First pitch to the catcher is a fastball high and away. Rams trying to come back after trailing. They were able to do that in a conference game against Union here, as the 1-0 is on the inside corner for strike 1. Gonna need to find a way to get someone on base first. Nathan Cutler, so far so good, only 2 hits allowed, as the 1-1 is chopped down the third baseline and foul. Makes it out a ball and 2 strikes with 1 out. One of the most beautiful places to play in the NAIA. Great facility, historic facility. Home of the Bluefield Blue Jays, and for 5 decades before that, the Bluefield Orioles, as the 1-2 rises high and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Actually saw an old picture from the general manager of the Bluefield Blue Jays today of Bowen Field back in the 50s. At 2 balls, 2 strikes, the offer outside and low, ball 3. That was before the Orioles came to town. It was with the Red Sox as well as the Braves, and I mean, it was packed here, of course. America a little bit different then, West Virginia a little bit different than in the 50s, but a packed house here at Bowen Field. That was before it burnt down in 1970. As the 3-2, he checked at it, hit the nub of the bat, and it fouls away. So famous Brave Eddie Matthews was up to the plate. And I believe that was when the Braves were in Boston or just moving to Milwaukee. 3-2. Outside, ball 4. So Mason Gaines walks over to first, and now there's a runner at first with 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Brings up Bearden, and now that courtesy runner coming on. That'll be Shane Smith, the junior. Saw him a few times yesterday.
Running the first, Shane Smith. At plate, first baseman Connor Bearden.
Connor Bearden up to the plate, 0 for 1 today. Struck out. Cutler does have 4 strikeouts on the day. Here's the pitch. Swinging a high fly ball out to left field. Napoleon at the track, and he can't make the catch, and it bounces all the way to the wall. Everybody staying put in the field, but it's a double. That's a close one for Pepe. Napoleon ranged all the way back, got off of his glove, and just couldn't haul it in. Now 2 runners in scoring position. On a good set table for Connor Bearden, going opposite field on that one, and the wind sort of pushing it out. You see that American flag out in left field. It's flowing out towards left, out of the ballpark, so that could help a fly ball exit here at Bowen. That'll bring up Connor Pruitt. He's 0 for 1. Also with a strikeout. Went down looking as he shows bunt, trying to squeeze it in. And it's strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. One out. Ball in the glove, kicking the 0-1, showing bunt again and fouls it back. So have to wonder if they're going to squeeze again here. Try to with Tyler Pruitt. 2 runners in scoring position. Bearden at second. Shane Smith at third in the place of Mason Gaines. 2-0 the score. Corner infielders playing in, and Bernard and Millette. Millette's over at third. Pruitt is ready. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball, shot over to second. Skipping into the glove of Torres, tosses to first in time, and it ends up being an RBI ground out for the freshman. 3-0. Truett McConnell escalates the lead. So Shane Smith trots home to score. Bearden goes to third.
Left fielder, Austin Bishop.
That'll bring up Austin Bishop. Bishop is 0 for 1. Reached on an error last time, also reached on a walk. Runner at third with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Left fielder looks at it low and away. One ball, no strikes. 3 hits on the afternoon so far for Truett McConnell in game 1. Here's the 1-0. Outside corner evens the count at 1-1. So that last time Bishop got on had the check swing. Ozzie Millette has been tested throughout this series because Truett's had a couple of good pull hitters. 1-1. Nubs at it in the dirt, kicks up a cloud, and then rolls away. It's ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Three to nothing the score. Top of the 4th. Rams want that final out. Bearden with a double. Cutler looks in and kicks. Off speed and on the corner. Evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Cutler awaits. 2-2. Lifted into center field, straight at Huntley, backs up and makes the catch for out number 3, and the side retired. But a run scores on a hit, no errors, and 1 man left at third base. It's 3-0 Truett on to the bottom of the 4th at Bluefield. Ready for the bottom of the 4th at Bowen Field. Rams are down 3-0. And the first pitch to Huntley from Cason Brown is a fastball outside. Cason Brown 9 up, 9 down. We're on the bottom of the 4th. Rams have yet to earn a base runner. Jordan Huntley trying to break that here. He struck out to start the game. 1-0. We got a foul tip off of the helmet of Mason Gaines. Count evens up in 1-1. It'll be Cardona next and Ozzie Millette batting third. Kick and the 1-1. Check swing. It's a fastball high for ball 2. Had the appeal, did not go around. Bailey Engel here. Glad to have you on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bluefield playing 2 games today. Normally a doubleheader be kind of tough, but weather's just that nice as Huntley sends it on a ride deep left field, and it is foul. Bell trying for his 10th home run of the year. Now a ball and 2 strikes. Another 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch outside and high, ball 3. Huntley awaits. Steps into the pitch. and swung on and cracked out to left center field. Long run for Roland, and he makes the catch for out number 1. 10 up, 10 down for Kason Brown. So Joseph Cardona trying to become the first Bluefield base runner. Rams are starting to hit it hard, though. Andy Pena flew out to deep center field. Huntley with a line drive that time. Something has to give. First pitch to Cardona is a fastball outside for ball 1. Ball and no strikes. In the glove, the 1-0. Cut and a miss at a pitch low. Ball and a strike. Rams are putting the bat on the ball because Kason Brown is not mowing through them. Only 2 strikeouts today, victimizing Huntley to start the game and then Carlos Torres. But Rams are starting to put contact on it, and got to give credit to him. They're not allowing him to throw pitches that would allow them to get base hits as Cardona cuts and misses at a pitch in the dirt there. Ball and 2 strikes with 1 out. Nobody on for Bluefield. Here's the 1-2. Cardona swings, and there it is. So much for the perfect game. A hit to center, and Cardona is the first Bluefield base runner in this ball game. Eli Mejia to come on as the courtesy runner for the catcher. Now what can the Rams get done here with Ozzie Millette with 1 out?
Running the first, Eli Mejia at the plate for the Rams. Number 44, Ozzie Millette.
One gone, runner at first. Rams have a runner on. Kason Brown giving up a hit with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the pitch. Millette swings and chops it slowly down the third baseline. Field in fair territory. Overstreet throws to first in time. Couldn't turn the double play there. Millette does a good job of moving the base runner, but that was not just the intention there. So now 2 outs, a runner at second base as the wind picks up towards home plate. Brings up Pepe Napoleon. There's Napoleon. Oh for 1. As are everyone on Bluefield except for Cardona. And Huntley's 0 for 2. Pitch. And Millette, by the way, is as well after that one as that fastball goes outside for ball 1. Napoleon grounded at third as last time up. Patrick Overstreet was able to gun him down. It's 3-0, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th inning. Routing the plate on the right side. 1-0, swings and drills at center field, and that will drop for a base hit. Here comes Mejia rounding third. He will score, and it's an RBI single for Pepe Napoleon. Rams on the board. It's 3-1 at the bottom of the 4th inning. A couple of hits for Bluefield, and that's what happens. So now it's a 2-run lead. Can Jose Santana start to get into it? Well, I gotta love Pepe Napoleon. The way he plays for Bluefield when he's on the base paths, all fired up. After Bernard hit him in on a single yesterday, he was windmilling his arms all the way down the third baseline. Maybe an old school baseball guy won't like it, but definitely these 21st century baseball players just have to appreciate the energy. And now he dives back on a pickoff attempt. The predominant amount of Bluefield's runs yesterday, where they scored 8, were scored with 2 outs on the board. As Santana grounds it down the third baseline, another base hit. Here comes Napoleon rounding third. He will try to go home. No throw, now it is to home, and he is out at the plate. What a relay for Truett McConnell. And Napoleon sniped it home to end the bottom of the 4th inning. So it's a hit for Santana, but he won't get the RBI. And now for Bluefield, trailing by 2 as we head to the 5th. Josh Johnston returns to the plate for Bluefield, or for Truett McConnell as we go to the 5th inning. Nathan Cutler returns to the mound for the Rams, and he deals outside for ball 1. It's 3-1. Rams were able to score after an RBI single from Lennon Napoleon. Johnston is 1 for 1 today as he swings and misses. Count evens at 1-1. Ball and a strike with no outs. 2-3-4 due up. And Cutler steps off. Johnston also had that sacrifice bunt. Pitch. Swinging a ground ball straight to Pena at short. Pops up, throws to first. In time for the first out. Number Nathan Cutler has been the starter for Bluefield in this one. Decent day on the mound so far. Has struck out 4. Does have 2 walks and has surrendered 3 hits, 3 runs, as well as 1 hit batsman. Gotta bring up John Michael McCray. He's 0 for 2. First pitch to him. And the right fielder chops it up the middle. Cutler jumps to field it, underhands to first in time, and now there's 2 outs. Cutler not scared to field that time, and he was really the only guy to be able to do it because if Torres was going to charge up, it was going to be a bang-bang play, but that instead makes it the 2nd out. Top of the 5th, 2 outs. Brings up Jackson Metters. Metters 0 for 2 with a strikeout. The pitch. Watches it outside and low for ball 1. Struck out swinging his last time and also grounded out to short. That goes outside. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs, nobody on. Now with 2 outs. Kicks and the pitch. High and away for ball 3. So 3 balls, no strikes, 3-1 the score. Rams were able to get on the board in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's the pitch. Got him there. There's a strike. Counted 3-1. So not trying to issue his 3rd walk of the day with 2 outs after a quick 2 outs to start out this top of the 5th. 3-1. rammed into right field, a base hit for Metters. Hand-fisted out right, but now for Holzer, he throws it back in. 3 runs for the Bears and trying to add on with 2 outs. Brings up Patrick Overstreet. Billy Engel on the call. Glad to have you with us. We're planning on being here all day for Bluefield. Runner at first with 2 gone. The pitch outside. (3-1) the score in the top of the 5th inning. Well-pitched ball game at the moment by the 2 starters. Cason Brown letting up all 3 hits in the 4th inning for him as that ball goes low and away. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. That pitch is grounded over to third. Millette will throw to second for the final out of the top of the 5th inning. 3-1 the score. Rams down by 2, trying to come back in the bottom of the 5th here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Andreas Holzer steps up to the plate. Right fielder up against Cason Brown here in the 5th inning. Rams down by 2. It's 3-1. First pitch. Holzer looks at it outside. It's ball 1. Thanks for tuning in here on the stream on the Rams Digital Sports Network. It's been a fun one to call so far as Cason Brown has really worked well. A couple of strikeouts and forced the Rams to bat into a couple of plays that Truett McConnell has fielded well. As that 1-0 drops down the middle. The 1-1, it's big cut and a miss, strike 2. So Holzer's 0 for 1. He grounded his second his last time up, and he watches that one drop low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rams are down by 2. Got on the board with Lennon Napoleon. Then he was thrown out on a hit by Jose Santana as the 2-2 cut on and missed outside for strike 3. And they're throwing it around now. Thought that possibly dropped, but either way, out number 1.
Second baseman Carlos Torres.
Carlos Torres returns to the plate. Torres struck out his last time up and watches that breaking ball drop at the knees for strike 1. Counted no balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Now the pitch. Swinging a ground ball ripped into the hole in 5-6 out to left field as Torres takes a hard round at first and will stay there. It's a good single for the second baseman from Puerto Rico, and now the Rams have a man on with 1 out.
First baseman Edgardo Bernard.
Gardo Bernard up to the plate. Bernard 0 for 1. Pitch. Got him down the middle, strike one. His last time up, he hit a ball well to right field, and John Michael McCray was able to tumble but get the ball. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Outside and high for ball 1. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. Gardo Bernard nodding, wearing number 25. He has a substantial amount of pull power, and there's a big gap between McCray and Wright and that line. So if he hits it down the line, it's a triple. 1-1. Swing and a miss. You can tell he's trying to do it there. Strike 2. A little bit of off speed. Ball and 2 strikes, 1 out. 3-1. Truett McConnell leads in game 2 of this series. Bears a few innings away from clinching the series against Bluefield, while the Rams do have some time to fight back to try to even it up after that 11-8 extra inning loss last night. The pitch. Swinging a fly ball to right field. McCray as well as rolling, converging, and it drops in front of the center fielder for a base hit. Rams have runners on the corners now with just 1 out. Just got a piece of it, fighting it off, and it sounded like it was off of the end of the bat with a bunch of backspin on it, rolled into center field, and now the Rams have the tying run at first base and a chance for Andy Pena. He flew out deep to center field his last time up. Bottom of the 5th, 1 out, runners on the corners for Bluefield. First pitch. Pena looks at it high and away. So now the Rams, after the first 10 batters were up and down, they now have 5 hits since the 4th inning. Here we are in the bottom of the 5th, and Bluefield trailing by 2, but that tying run is at first base. Torres at third. The 1-0. Outside corner, strike 1. A good breaking ball. Ball and a strike, 1 out. Pickoff attempt at first, not in time. Already 1 out. The pitch. Swing and a miss at a pitch low, strike 2. Ball and 2 strikes with 1 out. What can Pena do here? Can he bring in potentially the tying run on a base hit? There's only 1 out. Another pickoff attempt. Bernard dives back after it's gloved by Bearden. Well, we saw Bluefield trail against Piedmont International early. Of course, they jumped up very quickly against the Bruins. Now against Truett McConnell, a very different team than what we saw out of PIU. The 1-2. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball low. A big-time strikeout for Kaysen Brown for out number 2. Two outs, runners on the corners. Back at the top of the lineup for Bluefield, Jordan Huntley. 0 for 2 today. Struck out to start the game. The ball hard as last time up after Roland was able to make the catch in center. First pitch. Bluefield center fielder takes a fastball in the top right corner at strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners on the corners. The 0-1. High and in. Ball and a strike, 2 outs. Steps up on the right side. Huntley adjusts his batting helmet. Nods, and the pitch. Outside, just missed. So Huntley up in the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. Tying run is at first base. Rams have trailed the entire game. Starting to inch back now with a run in the bottom of the 4th inning, but it's 3-1. 2 outs, 2 balls, 1 strike. Mason Brown surrendering 5 hits. A little bit of that opening magic for the right-handed pitcher has worn off. Coming set, he fires. Swinging a high fly ball out to center field. Roland steps back and makes the catch for out number 3. So the Rams, after having 2 men on with 1 out, can't come up with the score. It's 3-1 Truett as we head to the 6th inning on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Nathan Cutler takes the Rams into the top of the 6th inning. It is 3-1. Bluefield down by 2, and Caleb Rowland, who hit a triple in his first at-bat, steps up to the plate again. He's 1 for 2 today. Last time up, he popped out to the shortstop. He's 1 for 2. 1-0 the count now. 6-7-8 due up. That pitch goes outside. 2 balls, no strikes. So it'll be Rowland, Mason Gaines, and Connor Bearden. Kick in the 2-0. Outside and low. Cutler now approaching what could be his 6th full inning of work. So far with 4 strikeouts and 2 walks. It's out of the glove. Steps 3-0. It's high and it's a 4-pitch walk. So the 3rd walk of the day issued by Nathan Cutler. Mason Gaines up to the plate. Got on base, and Shane Smith, his courtesy runner, eventually scored. Also has the RBI in this one with the sacrifice fly. Gaines blocked his last time up. Runner at first with no outs. Nods down the first pitch. Fastball high and away. Thanks to all of you tuning in. About 70 people on the audience last night. Good ball game. Rams came up short of 11-8. And now we've seen our first visit of the ball game. Thomas Huddleston, Bluefield College pitcher. Played some indie ball out as well as New Mexico. That's where Jordan Ackerman, center fielder from Oregon, Bluefield last year. He played there last season. Remember the name of their team off the top of my head, but Roswell, New Mexico, Area 51. I think there was some sort of alien. A green mascot, green jerseys as well. Mason Gaines back up at the plate, 1 ball, no strikes after Thomas Huddleston goes back into the dugout. Checks on the runner at first and deals. Gaines watches it hide. So now we're in the 6th inning. Cutler might be replaced soon, as we do see an arm warming up in the bullpen on the right field side for Bluefield, but has started out with 6 straight balls in the 6th inning with a runner at first base. Pitch. There's a strike. Good little crowd on hand here at Bowen Field. Back up the middle. 6-4-3 double play. Rams will take it. Gaines grounds into a double play. Andy Pena executes it, and the bases are wiped clean. So after that opening walk from Cutler, he's able to bounce back and gets 2 outs there. Apologize for some of those technical difficulties there, trying to fight through it as Bearden steps up to the plate, the first baseman, with 2 outs and nobody on. First pitch right down the middle, strike 1. Always tell that when our viewership numbers drop down by 10 so rapidly, maybe the audio isn't working. And now for Bearden, he's 1 for 2, trying to find his 2nd hit of the ball game. 2 outs, nobody on. We're in the top of the 6th inning of Game 1. This is a 9-inning game. Now the 1-1. Outside and low. Kind of 2-1. Can Cutler get through 6 innings of work as he steps and pitches? Swinging a liner, caught by Bernard, straight at first base. It was right off of the end of the bat. And the first baseman, Edgardo Bernard, reeled it in for out number 3. Big-time double play for Bluefield, and that sends us into the bottom of the 6th inning. 3-1. Truett McConnell leads by 2. Bottom of the 6th in Bluefield. We got a tight one so far. 3-1 the score. Joseph Cardona will lead it off for the Rams. Nathan Cutler has pitched 6 innings for Bluefield. Kason Brown trying to do the same thing. He's allowed 5 hits as Mason Gaines took an extra second to put all of his gear on. 2-3-4 due up for Bluefield. Ozzie Millette batting second in this setting, and then Lennon Napoleon is due up. He has the game's lone RBI for the Rams. Righty to lefty. First pitch to Cardona. He fouls it back. Cardona's 1 for 2 today. Was actually the first hit given up by the pitcher, Kason Brown. 10 up, 10 down to start out the game, but Bluefield is back in it. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a fly ball out to center field. Rolling, should have a can of corn this time as he throws up the glove to make the catch. There's out number one. Now one gone as we continue the bottom of the sixth inning of game one of this doubleheader, game two of the series. Rams trying to win another AAC series, and if they come back and win this one, it'll be their 8th conference win of the year, already matching what they did in 2018. First pitch to Ozzie Millette. Third baseman watches it low and away. He grounded out his last time up. Ended up moving the runner into scoring position, though, who inevitably scored as the 1-0 went outside. 2 balls, no strikes. It was a little soft grounder to third base and gave an opportunity for Pepe Napoleon to push in that run to put Bluefield on the board. Eyes out of the glove, 2-0. Fouled back. Rams did have a chance there in the bottom of the 5th inning with 2 runners on the corners for Bluefield with just 1 out, and they could not score. Another 2-1. High and away for ball 3. So Millette up in the count. And for Kason Brown, he has not issued a walk today. That is incredible. 3-1. Strike 2, so I have to wait on that one. He's a ball away from doing it, but now back into the zone of full count. Payoff. Ground ball left side and through for a base hit up the middle. So Ozzie Millette fights through that at bat and finds his way to hit the payoff pitch on a ground ball up the middle. Sixth hit of the day for the Rams, and once again they have a man on with 1 out. Now we're playing in the shade here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Brings up Pepe Napoleon. 6'6" left fielder. Brings the bat up, one of the more eccentric, maybe flamboyant players for the Rams. First pitch to him. Pops it up, first base side. Bearden watches it go, foul, out of play. And now it's strike 1. Well, Bluefield trying to capitalize here. Napoleon has been a guy to hit just straight frozen ropes. He was also thrown out at the plate. Mike White gambling a little bit on that play from Jose Santana after he hit it into right field. Napoleon was trying to score from, or rather it was into left field. As the 0-1 is grounded through the 5-6 hole. Base hit for Bluefield. A couple of ground balls have put Rams on the base pass. And once again, for the 2nd straight inning, Bluefield has a chance because 2 runners are on board with just 1 out. Going back to that, though, the Jose Santana hit was out to left field. It was a great relay from Bishop to Overstreet, then to home. So a 7-5-2 relay. And there was no doubt about it. Napoleon was out at the plate. Here's Jose Santana with a chance to try to tie it up for Bluefield with 1 out. Kason Brown deals. Change up right down the plate at strike 1. Bottom of the 6th inning, 1 out. Truett McConnell still hoping for a potential double play to get them out of this inning. Waits on the 0-1. Brown has to take a long look. No time call from Jose Santana. Finally, there it is. No balls, 1 strike. Appalachian Mountains behind center field trying to get some foliage going as we're almost ready for the real flush of springtime. It might snow this week. I cannot believe that. From the bell, ready with the 0-1, here it is. Down the middle, 2 straight pitches right down the pipe. It's strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Millette at second. Napoleon at first. Kason Brown nods. No time again. 0-2 to Santana. Runners both going as Santana lifts it out to right field. Millet's going to have to track back as McCray makes the catch for out number 2. So Santana pressured to swing on the hit and run there. Just got under it, 2 outs. And once again, Bluefield with a chance here. Will they squander it with 2 outs and now 2 runners on base for Andreas Holzer? Holzer 0 for 2, struck out. Rams down by 2, 3-1 the score. Millet at second base and Napoleon inching off the bag at first in the bottom of the 6th with 2 gone. First pitch to him. Righty looks at a fastball outside. Kason Brown has been pretty automatic and downright strong in these situations. Bluefield starting to hit very well off of him, hitting now 7 base hits, and they only have 1 run to show for it. Down by 2, tying run at first base. Mike White tried to hit and run, and then Jose Santana popped out. One ball, no strikes. Holzer with a spread out stance. Checks at Millet. Ball's in the glove. He kicks and pitches. It's a high fastball. 2 balls, no strikes. Great game we have on hand here. We're playing another one. That'll be a 7-inning game. This one's going to go the full 9, though. Will the Rams throw in game 3? That's just a bridge they'll have to cross when they get there. The young arms for Bluefield, but now a young arm on the mound for Truett McConnell, and is working out for the Bears so far. Rams trying to foil those plans. Coach Coley for Truett McConnell. 2 men aboard. Now the pitch. High and in, ball 3. So Kason Brown, after really working through Bluefield at ease in those first 4 innings, or rather the first 3 innings, now with the chance to load up the bases with 2 outs. Edgardo Bernard hitting well with the bases loaded and 2 outs. We saw that yesterday. But Holzer, will he have the green light here on the 3-0? 2 men aboard for Bluefield, down 3-1. Brown ready. He kicks and fires. Outside and low, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. So the go-ahead run occupying first base for Bluefield with 2 outs. And can Edgardo Bernard get struck by lightning twice in the same opportunity here? Bases loaded. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Got a mistake, folks, because he's up next. Carlos Torres is now at the plate. So Carlos Torres batting with the bases loaded. Now we're going to see for the first time a mound visit from Mason Gaines. Just talking it over with the young pitcher. Bases loaded. Rams down by 2 with a 3-1 on the scoreboard. Bottom of the 6th inning. AAC matchup. Truett McConnell eyeing their 20th win of the season. Very impressive for this team from Georgia. The Rams looking for their 18th and their 8th win in the conference right now at 7-5 in the AAC. Two outs already. Bases loaded. Napoleon singled. After Ozzie Millet did the same thing. Santana popped out. Holzer reached on a walk. Cardona was retired to start out the inning. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Here's Carlos Torres. First pitch. Second baseman grounds it hard down the third base line, but foul. So now a ball and, or rather no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. This really is a gift for Bluefield. That's the first walk that Brown has issued all day, and it loads up the bases. Torres trying to send Bluefield into the 7th inning with the tie or maybe even the lead. Bases loaded, 2 outs and an 0-1 count to the second baseman from Puerto Rico. Pitch. Check swing, doesn't matter, called in the outside corner anyway. So now Brown is a strike away from getting out of this jam with the bases juiced. 2 outs. 3-1 the score. Millette at third. Napoleon off a single at second. Holzer at first after the walk. Bottom of the 6th. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Might have got a piece of it. Either way, it's gloved by Mason Gaines, and the Rams leave the bases loaded as we head to the 7th inning. Truett McConnell keeping the lead. It's 3-1 Bears on to the 7th. Tyler Pruitt to lead it off in the top of the 7th inning. Truett McConnell capitalizing on the Rams' woes with 2 outs in this game. In the first pitch, the second baseman from Nathan Cutler is a strike down the middle. The count goes 0-1. Cutler working into his 7th inning. No run support so far, 0-1. Pruitt looks at it down the middle at strike 2. Another fastball from him as Pruitt is 0 for 2 today. Had an RBI ground out last time up in the 4th inning. That's the last run scored in this ball game. Here's the 0-2. Popped up left side, foul territory. Millette chasing, and it rolls into that bullpen for Truett McConnell. Count stays at a no balls, 2 strikes. And the 9-1-2 part of the lineup. So it'll be Bishop after this and Josh Johnson in the hole. Cutler stepping off. Young arm for Bluefield has really weathered it out today. 0-2. High and away, ball 1. Starting to get warmer in here, folks. Sun's about to be overhead. Hopefully the glare will not be a problem as that pitch goes outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 96 pitches for Nathan Cutler. Two balls, 2 strikes, the count. Freshman Pruitt from Georgia leaves the bat around. He's ready in that charcoal gray jersey. 2-2. Swinging a ground ball, sliced over to second. Caught on a hop by Torres. Sidearms to first. On target for the first out. So as Cutler approaches 100 pitches, a chance for him to go through 7 innings here in this 9-inning game we're playing in Game 1 of the doubleheader. Game 2 will be a 7-inning game.
Left fielder Austin Bishop.
outside, and it's ball 1 to Bishop. Bishop reached on an error back in the third inning. He flew out to center his last time up. So 0 for 2. As that goes inside, 2 balls, no strikes. He was the big thorn in the side of Bluefield pitching yesterday. Rams threw out Estep as well as Gardier. Then Coleman and Perkins came in right at the end in a surprise move. 2-0. Outside corner, strike 1, and Bishop was able to get the hit off of the usual Rams starter. 2 balls, 1 strike. Game 2 of the series, and a good one, 2-1. Ground ball, hard hit, backhanded, no. Right through Pena into left field. Napoleon's got to chase it. Bishop on his way to second, and he will get there standing up. So it's a double for the leadoff man, and now runner at second with 1 out. Just the 5th hit allowed by Cutler. Once again, we are not seeing an arm warming up in the bullpen, so Mike White with the faith to keep Nathan Cutler out there. Cutler coming from Bedford, Virginia, a sophomore, went to Stanton River High School. It's up on 81 right before you can go into 64 on the way to Charlottesville or Richmond, or you can keep going north to Harrisonburg. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball down the right field line, off the glove of Bernard, and that will score a run. Johnston pushes it all the way to the corner. Bishop will score. The shortstop is on his way to third, and it ends up being a triple. Absolutely scorched it. Bernard didn't really have a great shot at it. It caromed off of his glove, and the trajectory of the ball changed, so it went out to the corner all the way near the Bluefield bullpen, and now it's 4-1. Couple of triples hit in this game for Truett McConnell. That's the second one. Caleb Rowland hit the other. John Michael McCray returns to the plate, searching for his first hit of the ball game. 0 for 3. Just 1 out. Corner infielders in, and a 3-run lead now for Truett McConnell. First pitch to him. Breaking ball outside, and now it's ball 1. At the top of the 7th inning, 1 out. Outside, and strike 1. Count out a ball and a strike. Getting warmer as that one is grounded sharply down the third base line and into left field. It's another base hit. Johnston comes home, and now putting on the brakes, rounding first. McCray gets back to the bag, and now it's 5-1. Wow. So just like that, it's a 4-run lead, and now you have to wonder how much longer can Cutler weather this. Jackson Metters up to the dish with a 5-1 lead now for Truett McConnell. 1 out. Pitch. DH looks at it on the outside corner. It's strike 1. So now 5 runs allowed by the sophomore from Bedford. Counted 0-1 with 1 out. Nods and deals. Swinging a foul tip going back to the backstop. I'd say about Bedford. It's actually the hometown of the highest deaths at D-Day per capita and the home of the National D-Day Memorial. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Metters is 1 for 3. Single to right his last time up. Pitch outside and low for ball 1. Only 1 out in this inning. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here's the offer. Fouled it back. Ball and 2 strikes. Cutler awaiting There's 2 more outs to get out of this 7th inning in game 1. 4-run lead. Nods 1-2, runner goes. It's high. Cardona throws to second. Tag applied. He's out. So McCray is sniped at second base, and that's a lift for Bluefield. 2 outs. And now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Cardona with a big hose there to throw it down to second base. The pitch outside and high for ball 3. It's now a full count. Payoff. Swinging a high fly out to right field. Holzer on the run, and that's going to bounce off the warning track and carry him off of the wall. Here comes Metters on his way to second, and he gets there on a stand-up 2-out double. Hits are starting to pile up for Truett McConnell. With a 5-1 lead, starting to take a command of this game at the top of the 7th inning.
Third baseman Patrick Overstreet.
Patrick Overstreet, third baseman. Turns to the dish. He's 0 for 2 with a run scored after being hit by a pitch. The offer cracked over to third, and it's snagged by Ozzie Millette, and that finally ends the top of the 7th. Stretch time in Bluefield. It's now 5-1 Bears over the Rams, playing to clinch the series when we come back. Gardo Bernard to lead it off in the bottom of the 7th. Kason Brown still on the mound and has more run support to work with as the Rams are down by 4. Can they channel the same sort of energy that Truett McConnell had in game 1 when they were down 8-4 at this exact moment? That pitch is right down the middle to Edgardo Bernard. 8-9-1 is up. For the Rams, pitch. Bernard looks at it outside. It's called a strike. And it goes to 0-2. Bernard 1 for 2 today, the 0-2. High and away. If you're just now joining us, Kason Brown started off the game perfect, 10 for 10. And the Rams piled on some hits, but they only have 1 run to show for it, including in that last inning. They had the bases loaded with 2 outs, did not score. 1-2. Line drive, right field, foul. Goes to a ball and 2 strikes with no outs. Nobody on the leadoff man, the 1-2. Chopper foul, first base side and towards the dugout. Garrett Schilling, former catcher and now the Bluefield assistant coach, gloves it. Should say, hands it up. Coming from California. Here's the 1-2. Chopper on the right side, snagged at second by Pruitt, tosses to first in time, and now there's one away. 5-1 remains the score. A 4-run lead for Truett McConnell, eyeing another series win in the AAC. Rams in danger now, down by 4 and a pinch hitter coming up. Like this might be Guzman, and it'll be Mejia instead. So Mejia was a courtesy runner for Bluefield, and now he's going to be a pinch hitter in the place of Andy Pena. So Pena ends the game 0 for 2 with a strikeout, also flew out to center field. I'll bring up Mejia, so Mejia digs in left-handed. Ellie Mejia from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Digs in right side, the junior standing in at 5'11". Hitting .250, the pitch. High fly center field, that's going to drop for a base hit. Rolling all the way out to Roland Mejia will stay at first base. One pitch to the pinch hitter, good enough for a base hit as that ball rolls to the catcher Mason Gaines, and on the throwing error, Mejia gets the second base. First error of the ball game for Truett McConnell, and a big one. So now the Rams have a runner in scoring position with just one out, and this has really been the bugaboo for Bluefield in these past couple of innings. Mejia's going to jog off, and Andy Pena will run for him. That's a little bit different than what you see in professional baseball. You bring out a guy, there's no such thing as a courtesy runner. With baseball, you can just sub everyone in and out. So Pena will likely go back in the field as the shortstop for Bluefield. It brings up Jordan Huntley, top of the lineup for Bluefield, down by 4, and Huntley trying to find a chance to get on. And now could this be it for Kason Brown after starting out the game 6 1/3? He's definitely in line for the win. He walks off of the mound. They haven't signaled to the bullpen yet. Could this be the old intentional discussion here to give him a few more pitches? And the bullpen, whoever they're going to try to bring in. Right now at 92 pitches. And they will signal to the bullpen. So Kason Brown's day is done after 6 1/3, only allowing 1 run so far. It was earned, 1 walk and 5 strikeouts, and a new pitcher, tall righty, coming in. We'll tell you who it is after this. 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning. Rams down by 4. It's 5-1. Jordan Huntley now at the top of the lineup for Bluefield, up against the right-handed pitcher and the winner from yesterday, Brooks Rosser. Wearing number 18, came in and got the win after closing the ball game. Now with a chance to try to do the same here. Non-save opportunity with Truett McConnell up by 4 runs, but now chance for Bluefield to come back. Is Huntley as a check swing? Did he go around? Yes, he did. Strike 1. Oh for 3 with a strikeout. Runner at second. The pitch pops it up right field. McCray steps up. Steps even further up and makes the catch. Pena will not tag. And now there are 2 outs. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Tough day for Jordan Huntley so far in game 1 of this doubleheader. Of course, folks, we got another game after this. It's only going to be a 7-inning game. Here we are in the 9-inning contest. Now 2 outs. Here's Joseph Cardona. Rams down by 4. Cardona with a hit in this game. 1 for 3. The pitch swings and grounds it onto the right side. Caught on a snag by Pruitt and throws to first in time for the final out. Rams once again put a man on base with 1 out and can't score. That's through for 7 innings. Here we are to the 8th, and it's a 5-1 lead for the Truett McConnell Bears. Justin Meza is now on the mound for Bluefield in the top of the 8th inning. Rams are down 5-1 to Truett McConnell as the Bears are looking for a chance to possibly put this one out of reach. Rams will have to at least bat 2 more times unless they're able to come back in this bottom of the 8th inning. 6, 7, 8 due up. It's Caleb Rowland. He's 1 for 2 with a triple, an RBI, and a run scored as he swings and slings it out to left center field. Another base hit. Rolling in the gap. Long chase for Huntley. Picks it up. Throws to second. Skips in late. It's a double. So a triple and a double for Caleb Rowland and a leadoff with the first pitch to Justin Meza. It's not how Meza wanted to start it, the junior from San Diego, California. Meza coming into this game with a 5.47 ERA, 2-0 record though. No saves and a 26 and third innings pitched, 30 hits, 18 runs, 16 earned with 10 walks and 17 strikeouts. So he does have swing and miss stuff. Mason Gaines to the plate now. Rams had Nathan Cutler out there for the first 7 innings. Now Gaines calls time. Cutler 7 innings pitched, 8 hits, 5 runs, all earned, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Through 112 pitches today. Checks the runner at second base. Mason Gaines awaits the pitch. Breaks inside for strike 1. Count goes to 0-1. Gaines hit into a double play back in the 6th. 0 for 1 today. Does have a sacrifice as well as a walk. 5-1, a 4-run lead for Truett McConnell. They won last night by 3 in 11 innings. Meza deals. Bunt is shown, and it's down the middle for strike 2. So Justin Meza doesn't really have that mechanical delivery, especially working from the stretch. Just brings up the leg, delays for a second, then follows through. No balls, 2 strikes. Meza awaits. Runner at second base is the center fielder. Corner infielder is in on 0-2. Well, Gaines go back to the bunt. The pitch, it's high, but he called time anyway. So that won't count. So no balls, 2 strikes. Counted 0-2. Readies as Meza really has slowed the pace of the game down. The 0-2. Fly ball out to right center field. Long run in for Holzer, still running, makes the catch. There it is for out number 1. Rowland stays at second base and now 1 out in the top of the 8th inning.
First baseman, Bearden.
Connor Bearden, first baseman, returns. Now trying to plate another run, already a 4-run lead, 1 out in the top of the 8th. We got a 7-inning game after this, so the Rams, unless they come back, will be trying to avoid the sweep. Plenty of time, though. We've seen stranger things as that pitch goes inside. Ball and no strikes, 5-1 the score. Rams trying to find a way to come back. Justin Meza letting up a double on the first pitch of his outing, and he's taken about 45 seconds in between pitches. Checks the runner a couple times, 2-0. Ground ball down the first baseline past the dive of Bernard all the way to the corner, and Rowland will score. Meanwhile, on to second goes Bearden, now trying for 3 as that ball went into the triples alley, and he will get there on a stand-up triple on a ground ball down the first baseline. Rams were just not playing in the best place to field that. 6-1 the score. It's a 5-run lead.
Second baseman, Tyler Truett.
Tyler Pruitt, the second baseman and the freshman. Meza, high kick, fires. Fastball almost hit him, turned into it, ball 1. 1 out, runner at third. A couple of big base knocks in this top of the 8th inning, a double and a triple. We've seen 3 triples today, all for Truett McConnell, of course. 1-0. Foul ball right behind Cardona, strike 1. Count goes to 1-1. One out. Checks on the runner at third, deals 1-1. Crossing the knees, strike 2. So this top of the 8th, not going as prescribed for Bluefield. Pitch popped up right center field, or rather right field, going down the line. Holzer has to travel, slides to make the catch. Tagging from third, now throw to the plate is offline, and another run comes in to score. It's 7-1. So if you're Holzer there, you're doing a good job in trying to end this inning, but you better know that Bearden is going to tag up, because especially when you slide, it's going to be that much harder to throw it home. So now a 6-run lead for Truett McConnell. 7-1 the score in the top of the 8th. 4 unanswered runs, all scored by Truett McConnell. Two outs. Meza kicks and fires. Outside.
Left fielder Austin Bishop.
One ball, no strikes. The pitch to Bishop. Down the middle, leadoff man is in the count at 1-1. So Meza giving up a double on the first pitch of his outing. Didn't set the tone well for Bluefield. Bishop 1 for 3, a run scored. Also has a walk as he swings and flares it down the right field line. Could be trouble, and it drops fair. Kicking up some dust, and Bishop will stay at first base, going opposite field that time for a single with 2 outs. 11th hit of the ball game for Truett McConnell, and it keeps on going here in the top of the 8th.
Shortstop Josh Johnston.
Josh Johnston. Second baseman is 2 for 3. Rams have the 3-4-5 due up, but they're going to need a whole lot of hits. Maybe a few mistakes for Truett McConnell as well to come back 6 down. On the belt, he pitches to the lefty. Big swing and a miss, strike 1. Count goes 0-1 with 2 outs. Righty to lefty. Shows the runner at first, and he deals. He swings and grounds it straight to Bernard, and there it is. Out number 3 in the top of the 8th, but a couple of runs score for Truett McConnell. Make that 4 unanswered, all by the Bears. It's 7-1, home half of the 8th coming up. Bottom of the 8th now, Rams with Ozzie Millette up to the plate facing off against Brooks Rosser. Rosser came in for the starter in this game. That was Kason Brown, who threw 6 1/3. First pitch to Ozzie Millette is outside and high. By the way, the final line on Kason Brown, 8 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts through 92 total pitches. 3-4-5 up for the Rams. That pitch is down the middle, evens it up at 1-1. So Ozzie Millette up, Napoleon on deck, and Jose Santana in the hole. That pitch is hit on a bouncer over to third, snagged by Overstreet. Long throw to first. Got him across the diamond. Strike, or rather, out number 1 in the bottom of the 8th inning. 7-1 remains the score.
Here's the left fielder, Lennon Napoleon.
Lennon Napoleon ready to go. Napoleon, 2 for 3, has the game's lone RBI for Bluefield. Rams have struck out 6 times. Left a few runners on base in this game as that pitch is cut on and missed. Now the count goes 0-1 to the left fielder from Connecticut, standing in at 6'6". Back of the box against Rosser. Shoulder shrug, he deals. Sliced over the glove of Bearden at first base and rolling into foul territory. Napoleon chasing on to second base, and he'll get there. Third hit of the day for Pepe Napoleon. Now he's 3 for 4. It's a 1-out double. That's been really the pattern of the game for Bluefield. First man retired, then with 1 out they get a couple of hits, and then it just starts to fizzle out after that. Rams had 2 men on with 1 out and couldn't score. That was back in the 5th inning, I believe, and then in the 6th. Loaded up the bases with 2 outs, and Holzer, after going to first, Carlos Torres struck out. So just 1 out now, runner at second base. And a couple of new game balls. Marcus Espinal bringing them out for the home plate umpire. 7-1 the score, 6-run lead. Pitch to Santana. Down the middle, strike 1. Game 1 of the doubleheader coming up on the end of it with the Rams down by 6, but only being out hit by 2. So for Bluefield, you just have to think you have to hit better with runners on base. Popped up with 1 out down the right field line, foul territory. Bearden drops back, still dropping back, and makes the catch over the shoulder for out number 2. Santana retired again. So now with 2 gone, you're going to see Andreas Holzer for Bluefield with a runner at second base. Pepe Napoleon, after Santana was about to hit him in on that single, Napoleon was thrown out at home in a 7-5-2 relay. And after that, it has been pretty much all Truett McConnell. Game started off with 10 up, 10 down from Kason Brown. He's in line for the win. Pitch. Swing and a miss from Holzer. Has that slow swing. Does have a lot of power behind the bat if he's able to connect, though. 7-1. Truett McConnell leads by 6 runs. Bottom of the 8th, 2 outs, runner at second base. The 0-1. Outside and low. Count evens at 1-1 with 2 outs. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Rams are down to their final strike in the 8th inning. Brooks Rosser. It's been mechanical for Truett McConnell. Steps in the 1-2. It's high off the glove of Gaines, and Napoleon trots over to third base. Bit of a high step there. Rams trying to cut into the 6-run lead. Napoleon, what a day he's had at the plate. 3 for 4. Has the RBI, hasn't scored a run. The only run scoring for Bluefield was Eli Mejia batting in the place of Joseph Cardona, or running in the place of Joseph Cardona. Now a 2-2 to Holzer. Swings and grounds it straight up the middle, snagged by Rosser. How did he do that? Throw to first in time. He just trapped the ball right on the mound, and that's just how the Rams' day is gone. Bluefield leaves another runner on base, and now we head towards the 9th inning. 7-1, Truett McConnell leads by 6. Top of the 9th in Bluefield. Justin Mays is still on the mound, and the Rams are losing by 6. Going to need a lot of help in the bottom of the 9th inning if the Rams want to come back and send this one to extras for the 2nd straight game. But Truett McConnell with their 3-4-5 due up. A check swing from John Michael McCray bounces off the dugout on the first base side, and the count goes 0-1. So we saw Meza there in the top of the 8th inning. First pitch by him was rocketed out on a double to center field from Caleb Rowland. Now facing against a hard part of the lineup again. 0-1. Last ball grooved outside. Count evens out, a ball and a strike. How about this for Truett McConnell? 11 wins in the AAC this year. This could be their 20th win all season. And another conference win. The 1-1. Popped it up center field. Easy for Joseph Huntley, or Jordan Huntley, and makes the catch route number 1. Rams will try to start a rally with their 7-8-9 due up. One out, and now might see another change here.
Number 40,
Jake Beach will bat in the place of Jackson Metters. Saw Beach yesterday wearing number 40. Already up 7-1, making another change. Beach on the year. Also listed as a catcher, hitting 192. First pitch to the lefty, right down the plate for strike 1 from Justin Meza. 1 out, 7-1 the score. 6-run lead here on a beautiful day for 2 baseball games at Bowen Field. Now goes to 0-1, the offer. Ground ball right side, snagged by Torres. Throws to first in time, 2 away. Seven-1 the score. Patrick Overstreet. Could they get this insurance plan at an even more premium rate here? Already up by 6. Rams with their bottom of the lineup due up. Overstreet wearing number 25. Mesa throws. Ground ball left side. Diving play by Pena. Up on his feet. Throw to first. Skips in. Got him. How did he do that? Big timeout from Andy Pena. And now the Rams with their final chance to come back in game 1. It's 7-1, down by 6. Final chance for the Rams here in the 9th inning. 7-1 the score. Brooks Rosser and his Truett McConnell Bears up by 6 and 3 outs away from clinching the series after Torres fouls it off right behind home plate. There it is for strike 1. Torres struck out with the bases loaded a few innings ago his last time up. He's 1 for 3. Has struck out twice today. He singled to left in the 5th inning. Rosser, a win yesterday, not in line for the win today, as that pitch is cut on and miss on a changeup, count 0-2. The win would go to Kason Brown. He really earned it. 6 1/3, 8 hits, only 1 earned run, 0-2. Torres pops it up, left side. Overstreet looking at it, makes the catch, and now there's 1 out. 2 outs away from Truett McConnell clinching the series, and game 1 of this doubleheader. Series finale coming up about, let's say, 20 minutes after the end of this first one. The Rams have to go out and tend to the field. And that's something interesting that General Manager Rocky Malamasuris said about Bluefield College baseball. The Rams really earn their way to play here because they are the grounds crew for Bluefield. As Bernard grounds that one off of the left side and over the glove of Overstreet into left field. And he will stay at first base with a 1-out single here in the 9th inning. Andy Pena steps to the plate. Did not bat his last time, and now he's up to the plate again with a chance. He was 0 for 2. Runner at first and Edgardo Bernard. First pitch, cut and a miss. Pena 0 for 2 with 1 strikeout, also flew out to center. Ready for the 0-1, the nod and the pitch. Cut and a miss, strike 2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And at 0-2, Rosser checks on Bernard at first and deals. Shortstop looks at it low, ball 1. So if the Rams aren't able to come back here, have to wonder who they're going to throw out in game 3. Perkins pitched a good amount last night and got the loss. Usual starter for the Rams. Could he go in limited innings? The 1-2 is high and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Beautiful day for baseball. Rams just not able to take advantage of it here in game 1. 2-2 to the lefty shortstop. Rosser, the righty, pitches. Breaking ball, breaks too low. Low and away, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Now, Truett McConnell down to their final out, or the Rams down to their final out. The Bears an out away from clinching the series. And he fouled it. So Pena fouled the ball, and he will stay in there. Pitch. Ground ball snagged up the middle by Rosser. Throws over to second in time. On to first. It's a 1-6-3 double play. And that ends the ball game. Truett McConnell wins 7-1, their 20th win of the season, and Bluefield will just have to try to play against this sweep opportunity for Truett McConnell in Game 3. We're going to have a 7-inning game for you right after this, but Truett McConnell wins Game 2 and clinches the series here in the first game of the doubleheader. Bears win 7-1. We're going to be back in about 30 minutes for Game 3 of the series.